so we kind of have an idea about where we're going in the contents of our essay and while we're writing them, kind of what to do. And now this week, we're actually going to begin writing our actual essay. And so first thing you want to do, of course, you'll want to check this weekly announcement right here. I sent that out earlier this afternoon. And it kind of outlines everything we're going to be doing, just like this video is about to do. But if you're more of a visual learner, you can kind of read through there and review everything we're going to do. But for this week, as always, go ahead and click on the course content. And once that comes up, week 6 will be open tonight at midnight, so it'll be open for you guys once you see this video. So click on week 6. And the first thing you're going to want to do is check out the week 6 Writing Project 2 essay construction video. Basically, I go through what kind of things need to go in each section of the essay, how to construct the parts of the essay, how to write an intro, how to write your body paragraphs, your body sections, and how to write your conclusion along with your thesis and everything that basically is going to go into this writing project essay. After you watch that video, take a look at the peer review questions first. That's these guys right here. Those are the peer review questions that you're used to, but they're not only good for reviewing other people's essays, they're also good for checking out your own. So after you look at those questions to kind of get a good idea of what I'm looking for, because the same things that are in those peer review questions are also in the next document, which I then want you to check out after you've checked out the peer review questions. Go down to the writing project grading rubric. Now this one will be a little bit different than the one for the annotated bibliography. But they're virtually the same rubrics, but on the annotated bibliography I marked out focus, this section right here, and mechanics. I marked out that I deleted those sections from the earlier rubric, but now they are going to be pertinent. So you're getting graded on 5 sections. Focus, which is your thesis. How well do you construct your thesis using the SOAR acronym? And then how well does your thesis kind of run throughout the entire essay, not just in the intro, but it should be kind of touched upon in every paragraph realistically. The content, how effectively do you use the information that you're typing? Do you just do you have information that supports the thesis, that follows the proper structure for a body paragraph or an intro or conclusion? And then the organization is realistically how well do you organize your essay? Did you follow proper structure? Did you put the proper elements into the intro and into the conclusion, into the body paragraphs? Did you follow a kind of a unified structure rather than just kind of placing everything in there arbitrarily? Expression, that's your sentence structure and your word choice, using precise language rather than a whole string of words to define something that could be easily replaced by one word. And then mechanics. Now the mechanics, that's your grammar, spelling, punctuation, all of those things. But then also I put in the MLA formatting under here. So if you have any issues with MLA formatting, that'll lose points here. Now, on the second page of your rubric, when I give it back to you, you'll have your name, you'll have Writing Project 2, and then you'll have the points that you earned out of 10 in each section. And so this is a sample. This person got a 10 out of 10 in focus, an 8 out of 10 in content, 10 out of 10 in organization, and overall they got a 46 out of 50, and then I double that to make it a 92%. Once you have done that, then you want to go back to the regular page. You look at this rubric to kind of get an idea of what I'm going to be grading on, because I do use this rubric and I will hand this rubric back to you once I grade it. So if you want to find out what I'm going to be grading you on, check out the rubric. So after you've watched the construction video, you've looked at the peer review questions, and you've checked out the grading rubric, then you want to go back and check out the Writing Project 2, the causal analysis essay, the guidelines that I gave you a few weeks ago to make sure that your essay kind of touches on all points that are required of Writing Project 2. Based on the homework you guys have been doing, I don't see why that would be a problem, but check it out nonetheless, just to kind of be sure that maybe you didn't overlook some kind of small detail or something like that. And then last but not least, check out the Writing Project 2 analysis essay template. I've actually provided you with a Word document that is a template for the essay. So you can literally pull this up and just kind of start typing in all of your essay. And in this essay, or in this template, it actually shows you what to write in each section. So these are all my passwords. There we are. one day it'll come up, hopefully. Ah, there we are. Okay, so you have the template here. Okay, so literally whenever you get this template, you can just start typing in things. And here where it says student name, you could, you go there and type in your name, professor name, type in my name, type in your title. And then I went ahead and I've given you what to write in your introduction. And this is everything that's in that construction video, so it's just kind of a written form of what I've already put in that video. Don't forget to come up here and change your last name and the student last name to your last name. The literature review, you can leave these actual topics headers here and then just kind of write everything afterwards. Now notice though that these sections only have one paragraph in them. They should be more than one paragraph, mainly because if you look, you only get to 3 pages if you put one paragraph. So you need a full page more than this to because the works cited page doesn't count. But you need a full page more than what's here to get to the minimum, and that's just meeting the minimum. So make sure that you have more than one paragraph in your literature review, and you have more than one paragraph in your evidence section. Let's see. Now, everything in here is pretty well self-explanatory, so I'm not going to read through every bit of it. And I've already, I have the video, the essay construction video, tells you what to write in each of these, in the evidence section, in the causal relationship section. Plus, you've already done your homework, and you've explained to me what you're going to write in those sections. So at this point, it becomes pretty easy just filling in these blanks. But then on the last page, I put the works cited page, and I've given you examples just like I did on the annotated bibliography. The first one is an example of how to write a scholarly article citation. This would be like for a journal. The second one is a web page, and so if you have any web page, this is the same citation that you'll use for all of them. And then last but not least, I have, it looks like a book here. And so I don't know that a lot of people will be using books. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I imagine that most people will be using the web page. But nonetheless, here are some citations. If the citation you're looking for isn't on this page, then check out the OWL at Purdue. Now, after you've done that and you've hopefully used my template, you're not required to use the template. That's this guy right here. You're not required to use this, but it does kind of take away the possibility of you losing points for formatting. If you decide to use that, then you fill in those blanks, and after you've written your essay, whether you use the template or not, come down here to the Writing Project 2 rough draft, check that out, and submit in there your rough draft. Now today is the 21st, and by the time you see this video, it'll be the 22nd. And the rough draft itself is due by the 28th, so that's at the end of this week by midnight, normal submission guidelines. But then also, since it is a discussion board and it is our rough draft, we also need to go into this the discussion board, find another person's essay that you want to read it, and then provide them feedback on 5 of the questions from the peer review questions. So choose 5 of those questions from here, and then answer them for someone in the rough draft discussion board, giving them some feedback. Now make sure these are constructive criticisms. They are suggestions of things that you would like to see changed in that person's essay. If you just say something like good job or well done, that's not really constructive criticism, and those don't count. So make sure that when you're answering these questions, you give them constructive feedback. And what that means is that you're suggesting that something be changed within their essay. So 5 somethings in their essay needs to be changed, or you need to suggest that five things in their essay be changed. Now, the essay itself, your rough draft is due on the 28th. The feedback to your peers, that is those 5 questions that you provide constructive feedback for, is due by the 2nd of March. That's all outlined here as well. Now, other than that, you're not going to be able to see this on your end, this rough draft discussion board reply, but that's where I'm going to be going through and making sure everyone replies to one other person, and that's where you'll get your points. You won't be able to see this block here, but it will be there in your grade book. So other than that, that is the only things we need to do this week. So really it boils down to watch the videos, review these guidelines and documents, and then write your rough draft and submit it. Technically the reply to your peer isn't due until the 3rd, But as soon as someone submits their first rough draft, it's fair game to go in and get your homework done early. I think I said the 24th. The peer reviews aren't due until the 2nd of March, and that's next week. But nonetheless, as soon as you see an essay get dropped into the discussion board, as soon as someone posts it, you can go in and start providing feedback. The only thing is that everyone should only have one piece of feedback from another person, because otherwise people are going to have 2 and 3 and 4 feedbacks where another person doesn't have any. So make sure that if someone's already given feedback to one person's essay, choose a different person's essay. That way everybody can get feedback. So, looks like my CPU usage is high. But nonetheless, those are the only things we need to do this week. As always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me via Skype, email, text message, or phone call. And it seems like most people do that if they have questions. But if you have questions and you're not contacting me, please make sure you contact me and ask me the question, because otherwise I have no idea if we're having any problems, since it is online. I don't really see you guys much. So, have a good week. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And other than that, I look forward to seeing your guys' essays on the 28th. And then I'll be checking in to see the peer revisions by March 2nd. And the final draft, if you're curious, will be due the 6th of March. So 2 weeks from, today for me, but by the time you guys see it, it'll be just under 2 weeks until the final draft is due. Other than that, have a good week, guys.